Because you referenced that piece that you just wrote today, that you were looking into exactly, where the military aid goes, what the money is used for when, Egypt buys weapons from the U.S. I mean, I'm looking here. It says, this is one of your slates, 6,900 anti-armor missiles, $319 million, dated September 2008 for Raytheon, the defense contractor. I mean, I'm just going to scroll down. But could you speak to what surprised you most, or what Americans might be most surprised to know? What's most noteworthy here?
Sure. All these are all major purchases. These are as advanced military equipment as these are the standard that the U.S. uses. What actually surprised me most was to learn the money trail that this foreign aid takes. So it is approved by Congress. It's appropriated as foreign aid, but it never goes to Egypt. It never gets exchanged into Egyptian pounds. What happens to it is it goes right up to a bank, to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and then when these U.S. defense contractors sign deals with the Egyptian military, they send the bill right up to New York, and they send the weapons to Egypt. And so it causes us to question, I think, and we should, what exactly we mean when we say foreign aid. It implies that these are decisions that we're either allowing the Egyptians to make, or that this is money that is going overseas. And in this case, I think there's an argument to be made that this looks a lot like a pass-through to U.S. defense contractors.
Certainly. Another one, which we reported on yesterday, F-16 fighter aircrafts, 24 of them for $3.2 billion. That's dated October 2009. So just to clarify for us, Christina, $3.2 billion, that's a lot more than the $1.3 billion number that's thrown around when we discuss military aid. What's the distinction there?
Sure. These contracts are ongoing, so many of them exist over a 4 or 5 year period, even up to 6. Another thing, we currently don't know exactly what the budget of the Egyptian military is. We do have a sense, the Congressional Research Service does, that the U.S. provides up to 80% of the Egyptian military's buying power. But what's also happening here is that we give Egypt some special financing options that we don't give other countries, so that they can buy some of this on credit.
It seems that there's a very close relationship, as you're outlining, in terms of how, U.S. naval ships are expedited in the Suez Canal, so on and so forth. One sentence in your piece says that as recently as last Monday, more than $13 million was green-lighted for General Electric to help maintain Egypt's fleet of the F-16 fighter jets. Also, in Josh Rogan's piece, they talk about the $585 million of promised aid to the Egyptian military in 2013 is not on hold. They say technically it's not due until September 30th, the end of the fiscal year. Do you imagine that it's realistic that the U.S. would ever, sever ties, so to speak, in terms of military ties with Egypt in the coming months over what's happening?
No, I don't, frankly. I think that when you get down to brass tacks, we need Egypt for a number of reasons, perhaps even more than Egypt needs us. Egypt has a number of allies, notably Saudi Arabia right now in the region, and if it needed $1.3 billion, while being a lot of money, certainly doesn't run the Egyptian economy. What we give Egypt is access to our U.S. defense contractors, but they give us airspace to fly over on potential military missions. Obviously, they give us this expedited movement through the Suez Canal, and they are an ally in a part of the world where the U.S. does not have very many allies. So I think in some ways, they have us over a barrel. I'd be very, very surprised if we were to cut off all military aid.
Certainly sounds like some sound analysis from you, Christina. Thanks, as always, for joining us.
Thanks, Ahmed.
Before we move on, I just quickly want to share a comment coming in real time. DNL10 saying, why do we always leave out the role of the military-industrial complex in these discussions? DNL, that's why we're focusing on, the logistics and nuances of the relationship with Egypt. So hopefully you can help us continue to do that.